Maybe a doctor could answer this question. I've been seeing it floating around here on the internet. And the question is, can you donate plasma if you have had the COVID vaccines, the Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, or whatever they got out there today? Can you donate plasma? And the videos I've been seeing, and I'm gonna show you, check out this video right here.
Yeah, Kim, so I've received a number of questions about convalescent plasma donations. That's plasma from people who have recovered from a coronavirus infection. Some people actually want to know if they can donate convalescent plasma after they're vaccinated because they should have antibodies. The actual answer is no, they can't. And the reason is that after vaccination, you only have antibodies to the spike protein. People who have survived an actual infection have antibodies that cover many more parts of the coronavirus. Now, here are some related questions. A viewer writes, I had my first COVID vaccine on Saturday and donated blood on Monday. I'm told that the Red Cross screens for COVID antibodies. Will my recent vaccine impact that screening? If so, how? This is a really important question, and I'm going to break it up into parts. First, yes, the Red Cross does screen for antibodies. The test used for screening is by Orthodiagnostics and looks for antibodies to the all-important spike protein. Now that leads to the second part of the question. Will a vaccine impact that screening? The answer is yes. Both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines cause you to produce antibodies to the spike protein, and those will be found on the test used by the Red Cross. But if you test positive for antibodies to the spike protein, they do a second test, this one made by Roche, and it looks for antibodies to a different coronavirus protein. It's called the nucleocapsid. If your blood is positive for both spike and nucleocapsid antibodies, it means you've been infected. If you are only positive for spike antibodies but not nucleocapsid antibodies, then your antibodies are probably only from the vaccine. The only thing the presence of antibodies to the spike protein tells us at this point is whether someone has had a vaccine or been infected.
All the videos I've been seeing, it's saying that you cannot donate plasma if you have had the COVID vaccines. Then you hear one say if you have had COVID, tested positive for COVID, and then you take the vaccines, you can donate plasma because you have the two different types of antibodies. You have the spike and the natural antibodies. But if you just only had the vaccine, you cannot donate plasma. I guess they would do the blood work. But check out this and tell me what you guys think. If you have an answer to it. But this is from doctors speaking, and this is the news. This is what they're saying.
A new problem that blood banks are facing is less convalescent plasma donations.
So the reason why after you get the vaccine, you can no longer donate that plasma. So the question is, what does that mean for the people who are sick in the hospital with COVID who need all of that plasma to survive? Breanna Whitney explains.
Vitalant Blood Bank says right now, 1 in every 4 patients hospitalized with COVID-19 requires a convalescent plasma transfusion. But in order to keep that going, donations have to keep up. And with the vaccine here now, they need more donations than ever as the number of eligible donors goes down.
The Red Cross and hospitals around the country have asked for COVID-19 survivors to donate their plasma. But what about people who have received their vaccine? Can they still donate convalescent plasma? Sarah Hammond spoke to Dr. Jennifer Hoffman at Coliseum Medical Centers and checked guidance from the Food and Drug Administration to verify.
Initially, the FDA said no because the vaccine was so new. That's also what the American Red Cross says on their website. However, the FDA has changed their guidance in the last few days to say you are still eligible to donate.
But simply having had the vaccine would not make you qualify. On the other hand, if you've had COVID and you have the antibodies and you've been vaccinated, that wouldn't disqualify you. That would be fine.
The FDA and Dr. Jennifer Hoffman with Coliseum Medical Center say getting the vaccine won't stop you from donating plasma as long as you fit the criteria. According to the FDA, that means you've tested positive for COVID-19, are within 6 months of getting over your symptoms, and received the vaccine after you tested positive. So we can verify that, yes, if you've gotten the COVID-19 vaccine, you are still eligible to donate your plasma as long as you have tested positive for the virus before, you're within 6 months of getting over those symptoms, and you tested positive before you were vaccinated.